Hey guys, it's Lex at LexReads. Welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited about this video. Okay, so I'm going to start off by saying something that I've mentioned in a few videos, but for the record, I have never read The Raven Cycle. I know, it's crazy. I think it's crazy too, because it's right up my street, and why haven't I read it? Who's to say? But we're doing it today. We're starting it. Welcome to a new series where I read popular books that I've never read for the first time and then react to them and then talk about them for you. This series doesn't have a title yet. I haven't thought that far ahead. Today, we're reading, reacting to, and then talking about The Raven Boys by, is it Maggie Stiefvater? I don't even know. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with me? It is Maggie Stiefvater. The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I'm so excited. And very nervous that I'm gonna hate it. Hello, this is not editing Alex, this is outro Alex, this is book talk Alex. And I just want to tell you right now that there are spoilers ahead, so if you plan on reading this book and you don't want to be spoiled, maybe this isn't for you. Come back after you've read it. I do have like real-time reactions and I say things out loud, and then at the end I talk in some detail about some plot points, so. Also, I will put the number up here of where the review book talk starts, so if you're not interested in the vlog and you just want to hear my coherent thoughts, that is at this time. Hello. It is a Tuesday, which may or may not mean a lot to you. What it means for me right now is that I have class in an hour and a half. It's 4:10 p.m. and I'm going to start reading The Raven Boys. I'm going to do a quick little reading sprint, so I'll set my alarm for 5:15, and then read. I might stop sporadically to share my thoughts with you. In case you were unaware, this is one of my Owl's TBR picks. And I didn't talk about it in my original TBR, but this is my pick for Care for Magical Creatures, which is, the cover has to have a beak on it, a creature with a beak. There's a raven on the cover, a raven has a beak. We're gonna do it. I'm excited. I feel like I need some fun fantasy in my life right now. That's just how I'm vibing. That's where I'm at. Let's do it. What a starting line. Okay. This first sentence. Blue Sergeant had forgotten how many times she'd been told that she would kill her true love. Okay. Coming out of the gate strong. There's some like solid lines in here. I'm a fan of the like 1 or 2 sentence like snappy things like, but the dead remembered. I love that. I love that stuff. That's like right up my alley. I also love that I'm literally just talking to you from across the room whilst laying in bed. I've never read any Maggie Stiefvater before, and I'm only on page, like 15 or some shit, but so far I really like the writing style. Like, I really like her writing. Okay, listen, I love this line. I don't know how to say the Academy name. I don't want to say it and have everyone be mad at me, so I'm just going to skip those. The Academy was the #1 reason Blue had developed her 2 rules. 1, stay away from boys, because they were trouble. And 2, stay away from Academy boys, because they were bastards. Mood. What a mood. I've heard this name. Gansey? Yes, we recognize this okay, the thing is I probably am going to recognize almost all of the characters' names, because I've heard so many people talk about this book series in different videos and in real life and stuff. Like, everyone is obsessed with it, so I like know all the names and like some of the ships and stuff. I just know nothing about them. Some of the people that I like am mutuals with on Tumblr are really obsessed with the Raven Boys and the Raven Cycle. So I like see like incorrect quotes and stuff from these characters, and I think it's gonna be really interesting to see how I feel about all of them. Okay, both of these are a fat mood, which is there are only two reasons a non-seer would see a spirit on St. Mark's Eve Blue. Either you're his true love, Mew said, or you killed him, or both. Could be both if you're blue. Ronan is one of the gay ones, right? Am I making that up? I don't know. I don't remember. Me too, Ronan, if you are queer. Me too. Me too, Ronan. Okay, so far, Ronan is my fave, and I've only known him for 2 lines. Did you get notes for me? No, Ronan replied. I thought you were dead in a ditch. Me too, my dude. Okay, do I have a type? I think I have a type. Like, Ronan is kind of giving me Andrew Minyard vibes, but just a little bit, but also like the Draco like the like fake disinterest, like I don't give a shit, but like actually gives a shit vibes. Like that's the vibes, and those are vibes that I vibe with that. This line is fabulous too. The way Gansey saw it was this: if you had a special knack for finding things, it meant you owed the world to look. Wait, I like Adam too. Oh, Adam's cute. Same Ronan. I love Ronan. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm definitely getting Andrew Minyard vibes from Ronan. Just me? Okay. Me too, Gansey. I also can't sleep. Alright, I finished my hour-long reading sprint. For some reason it's taking me a little bit longer than reading usually takes me. I usually average between, like, depending on the book, I consistently average like 80 to 90 pages an hour. Like just under 100 pages an hour. But sometimes I read books that ratio is like way off, and I read 57 pages in an hour, which seems weirdly low considering it doesn't feel like it's like a high reading level. I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, I really like it so far. I adore Ronan and Adam already, and I really like Blue, and I really like Gansey, and I have the potential to also adore those two. And I want to know what happens next. I'm into it. I'm not quite sure whether or not I'm going to keep reading right now, or if I'm gonna do some other stuff. I have a video to edit. I kind of want to take a shower, but I don't want to ruin my curls. I don't know. I'll check in. I'm not a prostitute. My god, that's so funny. Oh, I love her. Is she talking to Gansey? I think she is. Wait, are Blue and Adam? I wouldn't be mad at that because I like them both so much. I adore Blue. The more I read from her perspective-ish, because it's not technically her perspective because it's third person, but you know, the more I read following her, the more I enjoy her. I love Adam. I love Ronan. I like Gansey, although I think he's kind of a prat. No, I still don't know enough about to have an opinion on. Adam and Blue, though. Wouldn't be mad about it. I would not be mad about that. We're gonna take a reading break and I'm gonna take a shower, but I'm kind of bummed because I do love the curls. The curls look so good. I'm gonna read some more while my face mask dries. I love him so much. Ronan, my poor little bean. Also, I can't really talk because my face is all pokey. Poor Noah? So much is happening. I have so many feelings and no way to explain them. Hello friends, I'm currently 31% through The Raven Boys, and I really like it so far. I was gonna try and get some work done, but I have to upload some things, and it's looking like that's gonna take at least half an hour. So I figured, why not get some reading done for half an hour, and then I can do my work then. So, 30-minute reading sprint, go. Okay, so you're telling me that Adam is getting abused, and that Ronan is probably suicidal? That was what I got from that. I guess I could be wrong, but that he's at least passively suicidal. That poor Noah is traumatized, and that Gansey's his whole deal, which I'm still a little bit confused about. I think all of these boys might need a hug. I would like to hug them all. Why is she coming for my boy Ronan? What are you? What? Is he something not human? I'm confused. Is he magic? I feel like he's magic. I feel like it's the Latin. It's the vibe that I'm getting. I want to know what's up with my boy Ronan. And also, sure, while Adam's reading could be seen as generic, hi, I'm Alex, and I dabble in tarot readings because I, in touch with the universe and whatnot. I can see my tarot cards. They're chilling over there on my chair. But that wasn't that generic of a reading. Like, really. That could have been significantly more generic than it was. Also, I'm in love with every character in this book. I love all of Mara and her friends. Mara? Oh, names are hard. I love Blue. I love all the boys. They're all great. They're all so good. I'm sorry I ever doubted anyone who told me to read this book. That's on me. You were right. Spooky witchy shit is happening. You guys know how I feel about spooky witchy shit. It's my favorite thing that happens. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I want more. Give me more. Give me more of the spooky witchy shit. Ah. Okay, it is 12:21 a.m. I finished doing the work that I need to get done. Did I check in before I started doing my work? If I didn't, I will leave this in. But I'm 49% through, so I'm at the halfway mark. Blue just went with Adam and Ronan and Gansey in the helicopter is where I ended. I'm exhausted. Like, I'm so tired. But I want to keep reading, and I want to be able to finish this tomorrow. So I'm going to try and read another few chapters. I'll probably read until about 1, so I'll read for about 40 minutes. That'll probably get me about 50 pages. And then I'm going to go to sleep because my head hurts. I really like it so far. Noah? Didn't they make a joke earlier in the book about how Noah is dead? Is Noah actually dead? What the fuck? Also, was there a joke earlier about Ronan being not straight? I recall that. He was like, I'm always straight, and Adam laughed and was like, sure. I was like, me too. And also, I don't remember what the creepy forest place with the raven is called, but spooky witchy shit, we stand. The trees talk. Ronan can talk to the trees, but Gansey can hear the trees. Gansey, wow. Shit's getting real, man. Color me genuinely shocked by this information. I mean, I knew he was weird, but I didn't realize he was dead. My baby. But I liked him. I love Adam Parrish with my entire heart, and also Blue, and also Gansey, and also poor Noah that I miss, and also Ronan. I love them all. What is happening? Also, I want to read this line. That's actually why I turned on the camera, because I think it's a good line. It says, my mother used to say, don't throw away... Wow, if I could read, okay. It says, my mother used to say, don't throw compliments away so long as they're free. His face was very earnest. That one wasn't meant to cost you anything, Blue. I love him. I love Adam with my whole heart, and I love Ronan, and I love Gansey, and I love Blue. Isn't one of them gay? Who's the gay one? I want it to be Blue. I know it's not Blue. It's one of the boys. I want Blue to be a bisexual. I just do. I just do. Is it Ronan? I don't know. Is that like a thing? Why do I feel like all of the books take the like emotionally stunted one that is bad at feelings and makes them gay? Or is that just something I've experienced this year? Is that like a stereotype? I'm confused about that. Just in general. That doesn't specifically have anything to do with the Raven cycle. Just in general, I'm confused. I keep noticing that in books that I've read. Noah, my main man, who is dead and whom I adore. Could you be less cryptic, my dude? But you already know. That's not helpful, Noah. Can't you just say it was Welk and then move on with your life? Jesus. Also, I really want to know what happened in Adam's vision. Did he kill Gansey? I feel like he killed Gansey. It's a whole mess. It's a whole mess. Another thing that I just want you to know, because I think it's great, is that one of my Tumblr friends made a which Raven Cycle character are you quiz, and before I started reading the book, I took it. And according to her you quiz, which it's not necessarily the most specific, you know, the most accurate, but I'm okay. Also, I don't know how to say her name, because I want to say Kaya, because I see a double L and my brain thinks Spanish, but on the results it says it's calla lily, like the calla lily, like the flower, which makes sense, but that would make her name Kala? I don't like that as much, so I say Kaya, but apparently I'm her. Do with that what you will. Also, she's my favorite. She's freaking hilarious. Also, I'm in the scene right now where Blue and Kaya, who I'm gonna call Kaya, and you guys can roast me in the comments if you want, are like going through Neve's things. And then they come back early and also the boys are there. And Maura's like, let me get this straight. And is like going through everything and it's hilarious. And I'm obsessed. I love this. Okay, so at about 6 p.m. I finished The Raven Boys. And y'all, I'm in love. I have so many thoughts. They are to come coherently tomorrow. Alright, y'all, I did it. I read The Raven Boys. It's done. And I would like to start this portion of the video by just personally addressing Maggie Stiefvater, who I'm sure will never watch this video. But Maggie, sweetie, I am so sorry that I doubted you. I'm so sorry. I'm in love, you guys. I've already ordered a set of the series in hardbacks to go on my shelf so that I can finish them, so I won't continue the series until my physical copies are here. So in the rest of the vlogs, because I'm going to do a video like this for all of them, you'll get to see me holding a real book instead of just my tablet. Okay, so we're going to do a mini review, and then I'm going to talk about like my predictions and the characters, and I have like a little list of questions that I'm going to go through, so let's just do that. Sorry, I have like my review written out. So first of all, let's talk about the characters. I adore Adam Parrish with my entire heart, and I would do anything for him. That's also how I feel about Ronan, that's also how I feel about Gansey, and that's also how I feel about Blue. And low-key, also how I feel about Noah. So what we're saying is that I'm obsessed with all of these characters. And also Blue's whole
collection of adult women, which just reads so queer to me, and I know that it's not necessarily queer. There's like a collection of these psychic ladies chillin'. They might be queer, right? They might be. Anyway, I love all of them too. Like, they're all phenomenal, interesting characters, and I cannot wait to read the rest of their stories because they're all amazing. Specifically, I want to just mention that Ronan is the exact brand of emotionally guarded yet traumatized boy that I, like, fall in love with in books. Like, I'm the leader of the Andrew Minyard Ronan Lynch protection squad now, so there's that. Another thing that I absolutely loved about this book was how atmospheric and beautiful the setting was. I just had such vivid pictures in my head of all these beautiful, interesting places. I haven't spent very much time in the South. I was born in New Mexico, raised in Colorado, and went to school in Wyoming. So I've spent very limited time in the South, but all of the images in my head are just so gorgeous, and the writing is so atmospheric just in general. Like, it really leaps off the page in a lot of ways. The setting feels, it's all of the settings, not specifically, I don't know how to say this word, Caveswater is how I've been saying it in my brain, but the, like, where the ley line is, where they wake the ley line. Not only that, which, like, very seriously is supposed to feel like its own character, I think, but everywhere feels like its own character. Blue's house, Gansey's manufacturing apartment, I don't really know what to refer to that as, their living space, the academy, like, all of these places just feel like their own characters, which is something I really, really enjoyed. The writing style is stunning. And that's all I have to say about that. It's stunning. Stunning. There were only a couple of things that I wasn't a huge fan of. The first one is that while the writing is stunning and atmospheric and, like, ooh, sometimes Maggie writes things in a way that the implications kind of go over my head. So that scene at the beginning, where it's the middle of the night and Ronan isn't in the apartment, and Gansey freaks out and he calls Adam and he wakes Noah up and he's like, Ronan is gone. So what I got from that section was that Ronan had tried to commit suicide once before, and I'm still not entirely sure if that's true or if that was just how I read it because of how she phrased the section talking about that, because Noah found him, like, bloodied, and they had to, like, take him in to get stitched up. Like, did he get in a fight or did he try to kill himself? And then, like, later when he's talking to Ronan and Gansey's like, you scared the shit out of me, what is your problem? And Ronan is like, I promised it wouldn't happen again. Like, it was just vague and cryptic enough for me to be genuinely confused. And that happened a couple times about a couple different things. I need to go back and reread this section when Adam wakes the ley line and they, like, hide in the tree, because I'm pretty sure we just saw, like, Gansey and Blue stuff. Did they ever say what Adam's vision was? Because if they did, I completely missed it, which seems fake because it's the one that I'm the most interested in, so I feel like I wouldn't have missed that. But there were just things that, like, I feel like I missed because of how the writing is, which means it just demands a reread. Nothing wrong with that. I love rereading, so. I also didn't love Welk's chapters, and narratively, I'm glad that they're there, and I understand why they're there, and it's important that they're there, but I didn't like them very much. Every time his chapters came up, I was like, ugh, what now? Like, I just didn't enjoy them very much, and that's a personal preference thing. It says nothing bad about the book or the narrative. I just didn't care about him. Okay, my predictions for the rest of the series. I have a few. The first one is that Gansey is going to die. Now, I know if you've read these books and I'm right, you're going to be like, well, duh. But here's the thing. That's the type of thing that I think in a lot of these, like, young adult fantasy series, that they give you these high stakes and then find a way to work around them. Like, I feel like they do that a lot in YA fantasy, and I think in a lot of cases, it cheapens the ending of the story. When you, like, set up these high stakes from the very beginning and then find a way to just like ignore the high stakes. That makes for a boring read to be. And I feel like Maggie is bold enough to commit to her first line. You know, it's the opening line of the book is basically like Gansey's gonna die. Gansey's gonna die. Gansey's gonna die. And it's gonna hurt me when it happens, but it's gonna happen. I don't know when. Probably in the 4th book. There's 4 of them, right? Yeah, there's 4, because I bought them, so I know that. There's 4 in the original saga, and then there's also Called on the Hawk. Is that Ronan? I'm confused. Is Called on the Hawk in universe? I think it is. Okay, next one. Ronan and Adam are going to end up together, and Gansey and Blue are going to end up together. So they have set Gansey and Blue up to be like the star-crossed lovers, which is fine. I'm not mad at that. I was confused, actually, when I was like, Adam and Blue? Although I'm not mad at Adam and Blue either, but I know that Ronan is gay. I'm like 97.8% sure that Ronan is gay. And then I'm pretty sure Adam Parrish is a bicon. But not only that, I feel like in the recesses of my mind, I've heard people talk about Ronan and Adam. And I guess that could just be that could be a fandom thing. Like, that could just be a fandom ship. But I'm fairly certain it ends up being canon. So those are my 2 calls. We got Adam, Ronan, Gansey, Blue. My next prediction is that they will find Neve and Blue's dad at some point on their quest journey during these 4 books. That seems like the kind of thing they might bring into play in like the 3rd book in the saga, the 3rd or the last one, but I feel like in the 3rd book they're gonna find Blue's dad and Neve, but I don't care quite as much about Neve. I just think that's a subplot that was woven well enough into the 1st book that that's gonna come back up. And my last prediction is that all of my lovely little beans have some kind of ability. Noah's a ghost. Gansey is good at finding things. I don't really know what Gansey's deal is, but I feel like he's got something going on. Adam now has, like, the ley line connection. Ronan has his dream thing, which, first of all, the ending of this book, I was like, you're shitting me, right? No way. You can't just leave me there, and I get that it's setting me up for the next book, but I have to wait for the next book. And I really shouldn't read the next book until I get to May, because I have like 7 more books to read in April if I want to get all of my readathon reading done. And that's not including the 2 arcs that I still have to read. So I don't have time to read those books anyway, but I want to know now what's up with Ronan and his dream thing. Ronan has a dream thing. Gansey has whatever the hell is up with Gansey. Blue, I feel like Blue is going to end up being, like, weirdly powerful in a special way, but also, you know, she amplifies the abilities of everyone else, so, like, even if she doesn't have something extra special, which I feel like she does, she still has that. So all of my beans have something. Okay, and now I have some questions. The first one is, I want to talk about which character I identified with most, and I wanted to do this question because the answer is kind of all of them. Like, I think there are aspects of each of their characters that are really, really relatable. But they're all distinctly different, which is cool. That I think they're all personable and relatable enough for there to be traits of each of them that I'm like, ooh, that. But also, the real answer, I think, is Adam. And I know I said I took my friend's quiz and got Kaya/Kala, I don't know how to say her name, but every time I read anything about Adam, I resonate with it so much. So I think Adam is the character that I identify with the most. And I love him, and he's a Slytherin, and Maggie agrees with me because I saw that on Twitter one time. So, holla, I guess. And the next one is, I want to talk a little bit about whether or not it was fair for every psychic Blue has ever come in contact with to tell her that she can't kiss anyone, basically, because she's going to kill the love of her life. I have very warring feelings about this, because on one end, if it were me, I feel like that's something it would be nice to know. And I guess it's not technically saying that they're going to die because you kiss them. Like, that's not really what they're saying. They're just saying, you'll kiss the love of your life, and then he's going to die. So, but I feel like it would be nice to know personally, just because I don't want to ever hurt anyone, right? So if I could avoid that, I maybe would, but at the same time, that's like a lot of pressure for a little girl to have, and she's been told this for basically her entire life. So I can't imagine being like a 7-year-old and my mom being like, you're gonna meet a boy and kiss him and then he's gonna die. So like that's a lot of pressure to live with, and I feel like that part of it, not fair, not cool. Why does Adam not want to move in with Gansey? I think Adam has a lot in common with my good other Slytherin friend, Katniss Everdeen, in the sense that she really hates owing people. And I think Adam is the same way. Adam really desperately, more than anything, wants to be his own person, living his life on his own terms, which I respect and get that. And I get that, and I vibe with that, and I understand. I do think a little bit of it is pride, but I think a lot of that is just how desperately he wants to make his own way in the world. And he feels like in going with Gansey, that goes against everything that he believes in. And I do think at the end he did find his own third option in a way. What's going on with Ronan and Declan, and what is Ronan keeping a secret? I don't know what's going on with Ronan and Declan, but that is a subplot. Ronan's whole deal is a subplot that I cannot wait to read more about, because I adore Ronan. As I've said a few times, Ronan and Adam are my 2 favorite characters. So I want to know what Ronan's secret is. I don't have a guess right now. I also want to know what Gansey is looking for and what his wish is, should he find, his sleeping Welsh prince? King. And lastly, so Blue saw herself with Gansey getting almost kissed. And also crying. Gansey saw his Welsh king prince. And I still feel like Adam inadvertently, not necessarily like shoots him in the face or something, but just like inadvertently, I feel like Adam might get Ronan killed, or not Ronan, Gansey killed, or maybe he saw like Ronan. I don't know. I want to know more about Adam's deal. I want to know more about Ronan's deal, and I want to know more about Gansey's deal, and I want to know more. I just need to know more. Just more in general. Capital MORE, more. That's all I have. That's all I've got to say about this one. I loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. This is actually the first 5-star read that I have read this month. So, thank God for that, because it is the 16th. And the fact that I've read 6 books, I mean, technically that's not true, because I reread The Hunger Games and Catching Fire, and I don't technically count those in my rating unless I change the star rating. And those are both 5s, and they haven't changed. So this is the first new read that I've had that's a 5. The other 4 books that I read were like, I read a 2, a 3, and a 4? I think. Either way, I'm not stoked. So, thank God for this book. Come talk to me down in the comments. Don't spoil the rest of the series, because I have managed to avoid spoilers for the rest of the series, aside from the fact that I'm fairly certain I know that Ronan and Adam end up together and Gansey and Blue end up together. But other than that spoiler, which I feel like the romance in a lot of ways is a subplot, so that's not the important part. I've managed to avoid spoilers since these books have come out, and the most recent one came out in 2016, so that's at least 4 years that I have avoided spoilers. For The Raven Boys, I avoided, 8 years of spoilers? That's impressive, considering I don't really care about spoilers that much. So I don't, actively avoid them, and I wasn't actively planning on reading this series when I was younger, so wild, right? Wild. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you've made it this long, you're a saint among men and women and bees, and I love you all. Thank you. Goodbye, friends. Mwah.